My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content.
You know, one of the biggest things I hear real estate investors lamenting about is they say, I love real estate. The only mistake I've made was not starting sooner. Well, today's guest does not have that excuse because he's started way earlier than the rest of us. Michael Rebelo is only 20 years old at the time of this recording. He got started when he was 19. He's become a full-on, full-time real estate entrepreneur, and he's doing it a lot faster than the rest of us. We're going to learn all about what he's up to. So, Michael, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Dave, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on here. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, my friend. So give us a little snapshot of Michael Rebelo and real estate. What do you invest in? What's the buy box? What does the portfolio look like? What's your role in the team? Kind of give us a little Coles Notes version of who you are and what you do in real estate.
Absolutely. Happy to share. So my name is Michael Rebelo. As Dave said, I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur. I chose multifamily real estate over the traditional college path to build long-lasting financial freedom for my investors, for my general partners, and whoever I can help along the way, especially for people like my mom. Is the goal and the reason why I want to do this so I can retire her financially. So multifamily, what is my role? I'm a capital raiser. I love to network. I'm also investor relations manager. I just love to talk to people, love to present ideas. That's my role, at least into the GP sector and co-GP sector. But what do we buy? We specifically buy apartment buildings, so usually around 60 units plus. We have a portfolio of 216. We're co-GPing on 152 units in Tyler, Texas, and we just closed on 64 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So what does our buy box look like? We do not like the older properties. Now we're just starting to transition from 1980s to now 1990s vintage for 60 units plus, light value add with around, B minus, B plus asset class. And, if we have the CapEx and if we have the correct team for it, we're going to go in around the C's. Anywhere we can boost the appreciation or cash flow, I'm all ears for it. So that's what we buy. If we could syndicate it, if it makes sense, and if we punch a bunch of holes in it, and if it still cash flows day one, we want it. So
nice.
My box, and that's my story.
Cool. So a couple of questions for you, Michael. First of all, you say we. What does your company consist of? What does that look like? Who else is involved with you?
Great question. So EverForward Capital Partners, the company behind me on the wall, I guess, the print. It consists of me and my mother. So me and mom started this, good Lord, when I was 17. When I was 17 years old.
Nice.
Yes, indeed. And we figured,
did you get your mom interested in real estate, or did she get you interested in real estate?
So I get this question asked a lot, but I think it was a 50-50 split. I think that's how we formulated the company, because we both looked at each other and went, you want to do this? Yeah, absolutely, let's do it.
But what sparked it? Like, what was that aha moment for both of you where you went, hey, do you want to do this? Let's do this.
So my family comes from a real estate background, whether it comes from construction or single family development. Like, there have been investors in my lineage before, and it's like, okay. And we didn't realize that all these apartment buildings weren't just owned by Vanguard, Rockefeller, BlackRock, all these private equity companies. We realized that they're actually syndicated, or groups of investors come in just like us, and we buy these and turn it into a business. And we both were like, we can do that. And we love to do business. We love to network. We love to present opportunities and build business plans. And we're like, perfect. This is like Christmas in July. Like, let's do it. So that was the spark or the aha moment for us to realize that we can do it.
So some people talk about mom and pop real estate investors. It's mom and son real estate investors in this case. I love it. That's wonderful. Yep. That's really, really good. Okay. So do you guys take down the deals completely yourselves, or are you co-GPs with other partners in these 200 plus units that you've got currently in the portfolio?
Great question. So this is kind of where there's the visionary and then there's the pragmatic side. My mom's pragmatic. I'm the visionary. I love to hunt for deals. I'm the bloodhound. If there's a deal, I'm going to go find it. I love to talk to brokers, lenders, insurance agencies. I'd love to just, go back and forth to see is there a deal that can be made. Well, we came to realize that money does more of the talking. And that's where mom kind of stepped into the play. And she was like, listen, we have to raise capital because nowadays money does the talking for her. We're like, okay. We started to raise capital. And when we realized that we could, we had deals being brought to us from partners that we've known and trusted. We're not going to do a deal with someone that we don't know, like, and trust, the trust verification process. And we were like, interesting. So yes, we are finding deals because they're being brought to us in order for us to be either GP or co-GPing on to raise capital with, or do some of the asset management, or wherever we can help.
Okay, very cool. So you and your mom are the team. How do you guys kind of divvy things up, and what lane is each one of you in as far as the company is concerned?
I love that. So mom's lane and mine are very similar. We want to raise capital all the time. And I think that's where both of our strengths lie. We're very people orientated, but here's the difference. Mom comes from a background of numbers, systems, and plans in place. I do not. I'm very much a just throw it at the wall, see if it sticks, and let's just see if we can raise capital. But how she has it, she structures it, and then I will talk to the investor. Like, what's your pain points and everything. And then I'll see, is real estate a correct fit? Then the transfer over to mom, who is really the main closer, because she knows how to talk to these people. She has many more years ahead of me. So I figured it would be inappropriate for me to do the closing. I figured mom would, because she's way more experienced in business and in life in general, number one. And number two, she's done sales before. So I figured it'll be more appropriate. I bring them in, equals the fit. That's pretty much
nice. Well, that's really smart. That makes a lot of sense, Michael.
Hey there, if you're a capital raiser, a syndicator, or a fund manager, and you're looking for a steady flow of incoming accredited investor leads, then go ahead, grab a free copy of my new book, How to Get 20 Accredited Investor Meetings Every Month Without Cold Calling, Networking, or Chasing People. You can get that at 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com. Again, that's the number 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com.
Cool. Lots of questions coming up here. So you bring in the fish, she cooks them. How do you cast your net? Where do you cast your net? What works best for bait? What works best for reeling them in, getting them on your calendar, chatting with new people?
I love that. And, I'm sure you and your audience have heard of like A and B testing, like different things on social media. This seems a bit contradictory. It's for me at such a young age. I actually don't care for social media. I mean, it eats up so much of my time. I prefer a phone book and a rotary phone. Like, I'm old school. I'd rather prefer that. But I know that nowadays I have to scale. I have to use the internet and Zoom calls and everything.
Yeah.
But for me, where my strength lies, it's in handshakes in person. That's the best way I can describe it. Where I can go to a networking event, whether it's locally or go to a big real estate conference like the New Orleans Investment Conference or Limitless or Peak Partnership, doesn't matter. Yeah. I love to network with people in person. And I noticed something that I could do it online. There's still a lot of friction and there's still a lot of work that goes into it. But if I do it in person, it's a very easy system. It's like as smooth as ice as it can be. I'm like, I'm getting calls booked more frequently, more efficiently. The conversations are easier to work with because it's in person. If I do it online and keep posting so much, my return on investment is pretty much negative compared to in person. So it's like, okay, I guess that's my lane. That's my stick.
So, that's
my net.
Old school shaking hands, kissing babies, networking, meeting people.
That's it. Yeah. That was the key to basically successful capital raising for it, was in person.
So, Michael, when I saw your age with the information you sent ahead of time, I said, well, I got to ask this kid, like, how are you being taken seriously by investors? How are you getting your foot in the door? Now I think I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it really is this combination. You're going out there, you're meeting people, but it's the 1-2 punch of it's you and your mom who has kind of the years on you. And so she just kind of looks the part. She can relate with older people better than you can, perhaps. And so that lends credibility to you. Is that part of it?
That is a part of it. The second part of it too is I'm trying to connect with as many people as I possibly can that have done it before.
Yeah.
I forget who said this, but it's like fools will learn from their own mistakes. The geniuses will learn from the mistakes of others. It's somewhere like that. I know I'm butchering it, but I realized that, wow, I don't have to learn everything on my own, but I can learn from people that have already done it. Because I was trying to be chief cook and bottle walker. I was trying to do everything, learn everything on my own. And being 18 at the time, transitioning to 19, I'm like, what do I know? I graduated high school. Nobody's going to take me seriously. Like, I'm over here thinking you're still wet behind the ears.
You got the facial hair going down, man.
It does work.
Yeah,
it does work. Yeah. It's a part of capital raising strategy. But anyways, in all seriousness, though, I was like, I have to connect with these operators and, pick their brain, maybe work with them, keep networking.
Right.
And Dave, getting in the room is so important with whether it comes to networking or Zoom calls or just talking to these sponsors and GPs. I learned so much from just developing my network where I could poise myself as to say, listen, I haven't done it, but I have a network of people that have done it. And I'm learning from them and I'm trying to grow with them and trying to help as many people as I can. Being honest and upfront with them, it's actually gained me a lot more traction, especially at my age, to say, oh, you're not just doing this off the cuff. You are connecting with legitimate people, legitimate players that have done it before, that do have the battle scars, and you're learning what to do and what not to do. Plus the reinforcement of mom, it's basically a win-win situation. So that's the whole encompassed strategy that we have.
Cool. So you also got your own show, your own podcast. Tell us a little bit about that and how you integrate that with your capital raising activities.
Absolutely. So my podcast is the EverForward Mindset. I'm trying to crank out as much episodes as I can per week. I bring on some financial titans, some that dabble a little bit in politics, mostly that dabble in economics and entrepreneurship, and some people that are successful in, doesn't matter what industry it may be, but I want to hear their story. What compelled them to go off the traditional path of, the college, the 9-to-5, retire someday kind of game. And I wanted to see, okay, what was that turning point for them and how can other people learn from that? Because I'm all about education and that's how mom and I have been doing this industry. It's just teaching people. It doesn't matter if it's sponsor, a general partner or a limited partner or just a joint venture. We're always about educating and learning something new we share with our network. And that's what I want to do on the podcast is to, one, maybe inspire. That'll be great. I mean, I'll take those accolades. But also number two, to raise awareness and education to say it can be done. You just have to have the right tools and the right strategies and the right rooms to get into. And that's kind of what I provide with the podcast is to, take our ideas and run with it because I feel that knowledge is free and knowledge can be shared. And that's what the podcast is about.
Cool. I love it. So, Michael, as we're recording this, we're just wrapping up January 2026. Brand new year is upon us. What are your goals and aspirations for the company this year?
That's a great question, Dave. So, if I were to say all my goals, we'd be here for another 30 minutes. But to summarize at least my top ones, I definitely want to close at least 3 more properties this year. At the most realistic, maybe 2, but they have to be 2 big ones, cash flowing ones. Because I want to bring in enough income into the company, number 1. And then number 2, to also learn much more in the industry. Because I feel that the best way to learn real estate is to actually do real estate. And I want to be able to be in a position where mom's income is completely replaced so that my why of fully retiring her is complete. And then secondly, I am more able to network, teach people, expand the business into something like maybe oil and gas or crypto, gold and silver, it doesn't matter. But I feel like for 2026, I feel like it's the financial runway to start truly expanding. So 2 to 3 deals in multifamily to, still get some accolades, cash flow, and maybe some appreciation in there too. And then just to network as much as I can, speak my message, share my mission, and do a lot more podcasting.
Nice. Michael, if people want to connect with you, what's the best place for them to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to www.EverForwardCapitalPartners.com. You can find my phone number on there, my social media as well. Give me a follow. Reach out if you want. You can also book a call there on our contacts page. You get to see who we are. So that's the best way to reach out to me directly and to do your due diligence because I always encourage that.
Awesome. Michael, thanks for being on the show and congratulations. I love the mother-son combo there. I think that is just fantastic. So keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you, Dave. It was a pleasure, and take care, my friend.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next.
Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com.